needs to hear this, but you're doing better than you give yourself credit for. Being overly critical, over analyzing every action, every thought, everything that you do every single day. It's good to be self-critical, and it's good to be your own critique so you can continue to evolve and improve. But doing it to the extent where you're damaging your mental health, damaging your self-esteem, damaging your self-image because you view yourself and try to view yourself in a light that's unrealistic and just unattainable, only further damages the way you look at yourself. If we're going to be so overcritical of ourselves, we have to give ourselves grace when it comes to making progress, when it comes to not being perfect, when it comes to making bad decisions at times, making mistakes. You didn't know better at the time. Now you do, but you can't change that decision you made. As long as you took accountability, you grew from that, whatever the case may be, move forward. You didn't know what you know now. You didn't do what you did now back then, and vice versa. So you can't change how your mindset was in a different situation, because that situation is what granted you the mindset that you have now. But the smarter we get and the more we gain from our experiences, the more we have to understand that it's a lot out of your control. But it's a lot in our control. So dictate those things that are in control, but give yourself grace when it comes to things not working out all the time. Your plan doesn't go as you wanted it to. You didn't have as much success in this and that, or you didn't do as good on this that you thought. Give yourself grace. You're the greatest project you'll ever work on. Keep working, keep editing, delete, edit, re-edit, retype, get criticism, get feedback. Be self-critical, but give yourself grace. Understand that this isn't a time for you to just destroy your self-image. Your self-image is everything. Your self-image is everything. How you view yourself, how you act on the day-to-day, how you treat other people, how you talk to other people, how you treat yourself, how you talk to yourself is all based off your self-image. It's all based on how you view yourself. If you view yourself and identify as a lazy person, you're going to be a lazy person. If you view and identify yourself as a disciplined person who's consistent, you are going to be that. If you view yourself as somebody who's a shooter because you were in the gym and you made all them shots and you put in the work, you're a shooter. Shooting is a great analogy for life, because if you put the time in, you can become a shooter. But half of shooting is what? Confidence. You can put all the work in that you want. If you don't have the confidence to shoot it like you're a shooter, that's half the battle. That's why some people that are unconscious shooters, they keep shooting even when they're missing, because they know, yeah, I'm missing, but I work on that shot every fucking day. I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep shooting that bitch. The same way. It's the same way with anything else. You have to keep doing it because you know, I put the work in, I put the time in. It's nothing. It's nothing for me to do this shit. Like, I pull that bitch from 30. Shit, I just missed 3 in a row. Fuck it. I'm pulling that bitch again. I work on this shot. We work on drills where we gotta hit 8 out of 9, 8 out of 10, 9 out of 12. You think I'm tripping about missing 2-3 shots? Make hundreds of shots every day. Every day. And I was talking to my friend about this. I think the social media aspect of everything creates this ultra competitive, but more so comparative lifestyle and standard of how everything is as far as clout, societal expectations and standards. Oh, you can't do this or you should do this. Become who you want to be, and also give other people grace for understanding they're not going to understand your path. They're not going to understand why you're doing what you're going through, or doing, what you're going through, because you want to be a great version of yourself. Why are you putting yourself through all this? Why are you doing this or why are you doing that? They're not going to understand. So don't waste your breath trying to explain your vision or your journey to somebody that's not going to understand. You're wasting your breath. Telling people that are small-minded your big goals and your big dreams is going to do nothing but do what? Kill your dreams. And again, I don't even like telling people my goals. I really don't tell people my goals. I keep them to myself. I pray about it. I talk to God, but I don't sit here and tell people what my goals are. I want to do this by this and this. Certain things we talk about, yeah, for sure. But I also think it's important, and if you look into neuroscience more, you realize and recognize that telling people your goals actually releases dopamine like you achieve them. And part of the reason is because you get like an excitement to it, and like you're telling somebody, it's like, yeah, I'm finna da-da-da. And then when it comes to actually do it, when that's gone, now you're just relying on your system and your discipline, and it's like, where'd that fucking motivation go? You know what I'm saying? So I think it's best to keep things to yourself the majority of time. and then the small amount of similar thinking, like-minded individuals you have in your life, you can discuss certain things, certain ideas, because those type of people, you'll recognize when you get around like-minded people who have the same. You'll recognize when you get around like-minded people, bro, who view life and have the same perspective or similar perspective on achieving things and improving, just self-improvement overall, and hitting your goals and becoming the best version of yourself. You'll know because the conversations are different, bro. The conversations you have are way different. They operate on a different frequency than spilling my coffee on myself. Than the other conversations you have with other people. You guys are talking about how to elevate. You're talking about how do I get better in this? Oh, I gotta be more disciplined. Okay, but what do I need to do my workout schedule, and I have this and I have, okay, but you be in the gym, and how do you manage this? How do you manage your recovery? And how do you manage stress with this? And yeah, but when you edit videos, when you get around like-minded people, bro, you'll recognize the conversations are different. You're talking about growth, you're talking about improving, you're talking about how can I better my process. What did you learn this past week or past month, or what have you learned to help your process? Or what have you been learning recently, or what's your biggest obstacle recently that you're trying to get over, or you have? Versus, oh, we're gossiping, we're talking about other people, and you seen what celebrity this and rap this, and no, and I don't give a fuck. Respectfully, I don't care. Yeah, like I listen to Young Thug, I listen to Gunna, I listen to all this shit. I don't give a fuck about none of this shit, bro. Like, if I see some funny shit, I like it. Like, you overly got my number. I think that was the best. I think that might be the best clip from that interview. Because you overly got my number. Why are you acting like it's just me? Like, you overly got my number. So, if you want to talk, just call me. But, all that to say, block out everything that doesn't matter and is irrelevant to you. And just have a narrow lens. View everything as, is it benefiting me or is it not benefiting me? It gotta be that simple. And then once you get to that point, it's like you can entertain shit when you want to, but at that point you be like, I don't even really give a fuck no more. I don't really care because I'm really trying to like improve myself. Excuse me. And when you really get to that self-improvement journey where you're just so locked in on yourself, it's not that you're saying fuck everybody, but you kind of are. And that means not in the literal sense, but in the sense of, if you're not helping me get to where I'm going, I don't even want you around. If our conversations aren't beneficial, they're not helping me mentally, they're not helping me change my perspective, they're not making me, you know what I'm saying, feel better, whatever, it's not doing nothing for me. So get around people that are like-minded. But again, give yourself grace. Understand you are not where you want to be, of course, but you're never going to be a finished product. So if you constantly destroy your self-image and how you view yourself, it's going to do nothing but damage your mental health, and you are not going to be progressing forward when you're mentally fucked up. It's just not going to happen. Give yourself grace and understand you will continue to improve within the time.